and it turned out that there was so much anger from Mattel with wanting to sue them up the Yin Gang.
The only sequel Josh liked for He-Man was that like commercial that they did, the Dirty Dancing commercial. that was the only sequel Josh liked to He-Man.
I'll get into
What
that
the
later.
heck?
Once we've gotten things rolling here. Just one more thing that I love, ruined by Hollywood, and in this case, by the man who is supposed to be the god of geeks, Kevin Smith. So thanks to that,
I'm glad how you. One thing about Josh is that he sells his opinion as fact very well.
I don't think I would.
He believes it.
I don't
That's
think
why.
I would be arguing my opinion.
Are we streaming?
I thought it was real.
Yeah.
I didn't. It went right on. I didn't have to do.
It says that
Did you do it,
you're
Isaac?
right.
Wow, you're muted, Isaac.
It's all you.
Jeez, I didn't. That's crazy. I didn't have to.
You have a
Click
super fast computer.
Could be. I don't know, but I didn't click and save all those other links. Like you usually have to like
It
put the
saves
streaming in.
automatically- It saves automatically from what you're doing, that it knows what you want to do next after you do it so many times.
Fine, but-
Oh snap! Maybe it's because I have a snazzy computer now. That's pretty dope. All right. So let's see. Isaac, in order to share screen, you see that yellow box at the bottom or the green box where it says share screen? I'm just telling you for next time. So if you run the guy behind the desk booth, if you just click up on that, it says multiple participants can share simultaneously. You
All right.
click on that next time and then I can share the screen on it with you. Remember we talked about that last time?
Yeah.
Okay, so now
Yeah, I was trying to do it earlier to share that video that we were just watching, but it was blocked when I was trying to do it. So
oh, it blocked it? Yeah, it will.
I don't know why.
Yeah, who would do that? Horrible. It's a travesty.
Just a thing.
All right. So we can just talk fluffer until woo. Let me send some more shout outs. Where's my phone?
Yeah. I want to send a lot of shout outs out to all the Comic Cave family.
Word to your mother.
Isaac, the boy Jason Lego, aka Scully Doo Joe.
Yeah.
Yeah. The self-proclaimed great Nate. You know what I'm saying? Shout out to him. Man, shout out to Jose. That guy is fire.
I thought he got fired.
Not yet. For my radical comic book views.
Tonight's still young.
I think your views are pretty sane and safe, Jose.
I am.
It could be.
Boom, boom. Getting those shout outs going. Anybody monitoring the stream? We got anybody here? Anybody want to throw up some movie suggestions? If you're in the chat. Maybe another Stephen King week. Maybe another Nick Cage week.
No.
Maybe another Jean-Claude week.
Oh no! Ow! Just kicked my foot. Stop it with that. I hate that stupid thing.
I've written a script for a new top 5 video.
Hell yeah.
You guys know or not, those top 5 videos are the backbone as far as views and subs go in our on our channel here.
It's the modern version of kitten videos for YouTube.
Yeah, something like that. I think that I was looking at, they have this way where you can see which certain videos that you have on your channel are driving subscribers. And my top 10 video it has driven half of our subs that we have for the whole channel, just that one video. So it's pretty cool. Those top 10, top 5 videos are they're pretty good, provided I do a good job on them and write them well. Go ahead, Josh.
I wasn't gonna say anything.
Were you guys able to, let's see, share screen? Yeah, okay. But where's my, okay, there we go. Okay.
Well, look, it's us.
Haha. So this is where we're at as far as channel stats go. We needed 1,000 subs to get going. We got 1270, and then we're slowly approaching the 4K we need to be able to reach monetization. So that's a good news. But then this crap is in the way. Good grief. Where is? Okay, I'll get to that in a minute. How many of you guys were able to see our year-end movie for Late to the Party? That clip show I was able to put together. What did you guys think?
I'm halfway done. I loved it. It's good.
It seemed like we were trying to do that. It came out pretty well the way the edits went. I don't want to take any credit for that because I was just splicing in parts of those shows, but it seemed like we were. It seemed a lot more intentional than it was. Go ahead, Isaac.
It worked. It still takes work to splice that and do that. So you did work and do it. So I don't know.
Dude, I got some. Speaking of work, dude, I got that FX program, and I know you guys are doing that collectible corner with the action figures and whatnot. Man, if you guys can do some stuff where you can hold the guys and make them go pew pew pew, and I can stick laser shooting between them, or I can make explosions, nukes, comets in from the sky, all kinds of cool shit in this new program I got. It's really easy to do. It just kind of overlays. The only problem would be you guys would have to know the certain angles because you can't like change where the guns point from. So you'd have to have the guys facing a certain way every time, and then I would plug it in on top of that. So it's pretty dope.
That's awesome. Send us a couple like demos or whatever so we can see what you can do.
I put like a subconscious teaser at the beginning of that video of our the clips video.
Yeah,
it shows the comets falling and the nuclear bomb,
right?
All that stuff.
Right.
I can drop that right in the middle. Like I can see Isaac's head right here. I could drop a nuclear bomb on his head, and you would still see his head, and then it would be a mushroom cloud.
Do it.
I can't
I
do it
step
during.
away for 2 minutes, and you guys are talking about dropping nuclear bombs on my boy's head. What's going on?
Hey, anybody in the chat that wants to see Isaac nuked, say yes right now.
Gotta hit somebody.
Yeah.
Nelson Muntz.
I don't think I could do it during a live broadcast. I think it would have to be post production.
That sounds like
Anybody
one of
wants
those
to see
quotes that I
Nate
would get
nuked
tattooed on
for
me.
lying?
Gotta nuke
What's
something.
that, Josh?
Gotta nuke something.
Gotta need something.
Right.
I'm gonna get an
I'll just
inspirational one from my parents right here, and then I'm gonna get the Nelson Muntz gotta nuke something on the other side. Balance.
Well, we already have 2 people that want to nuke me.
Buddy, if I could jump on there, it'd be 3.
At least we know people are paying attention.
And both of them are his mom.
Savage.
Brutal. All right, guys. Those of you guys watching, Collection Connection has a new show or a sub show on it, hosted by the Comic Cave dudes, called the Comic Cave Collectible Corner, and They've got new stuff that's pretty legit. They've worked out their lighting issues, and this is some cuts of their Green Goblin issue. And you get Jose's gift of the gab with the rest of the guys cracking jokes in between. It's the quality is much better. I mean, you can get Jose's fingerprints off of his fingers because of the camera work and the lighting now. So much better than the rings that were happening before. So heads up, props to you guys. This is your production value on these is really awesome.
I just
Dude, and
have
those
one-
figures are awesome, man. All those figures that we've been looking up to get are fantastic.
I just have one question about the video that we're watching. Why does Jose keep touching him where his bathing suit goes?
Sex sells, that's why.
Oh my goodness.
And for
Look-
some reason,
look
the
where it
algorithm
is.
promotes it.
Oh my goodness. It's touching the little goblin.
Do you sniff your thumb when the video's over?
I sniffed the figure.
Right. Why go right to it, right?
All right.
See, honey, it's sarcasm like that that keeps the spice in our marriage.
Uh-huh.
Dude, and honestly, those head sculpts on the new Marvel Legends line have all been like badass, man. I love them all. They're so dope. It makes me happy to see the attention to detail that's going into toy making now. I mean, I think it only took them being billion-dollar businesses for people to realize, you know what? There's something here. And I think it was with a lot of those Star Wars figures that they started noticing and taking up that $1 billion is possible when it comes to toy sales.
That's why you have all those damn Batman movies were all toy sale Batman movies. Like all
Dude, Transformers. The Transformers movies were made to sell toys.
He-Man.
The G.I. Joe movies were made to sell toys.
They were actually a direct result of like they lifted some kind of embargo that they had on commercials or cartoons used as commercials during the 80s. The Reagan administration lifted an embargo and let the cartoons do whatever they wanted as far as showcasing products, and that the resulting explosion of cool shit that we were able to get as Gen Xers was a direct result of that. So, I mean, an anti-capitalist purist might have some hate towards it, but I don't know. As a kid, having cool shows that to help feed your imagination for the cartoons that you're watching was amazing. So one of those cartoons was Masters of the Universe. And that was the name of the show. It wasn't He-Man in the Masters of the Universe. It was the Masters of the Universe. And if you take the Masters of the Universe and you stack it up with, let's say, G.I. Joe, Thundercats, or other shows, it was probably the cheapest made and most recycled footage in any of those shows. Every time Prince Adam went running or He-Man was transforming, they probably had a good 15 to 20% recycled footage in every episode. And they didn't really tend to go anywhere. So they weren't great to begin with. I would challenge anybody who's extra pissed off Josh to go back and watch one of those old He-Man shows and tell me how awesome it wasn't, because they weren't great. I mean, what was great was your imagination as a kid being able to play with that stuff. And I think that the other cartoons at the time did a better job of showcasing their product. And I pass the baton to you, Josh.
You left them speechless.
This is a deep well right here, and I'm not going to dispute it as to the depth of the original Masters of the Universe cartoon line. It obviously was designed for a very young audience, among whom we were counted at the time. But as it relates to what's going on in the present day, what we've seen from the clown that calls himself Kevin Smith is something that that is representative of what's been happening to all of these intellectual properties over the last 10 years or so. We've watched one beloved franchise after another get completely wrecked by people that have zero respect for the original content.
I see where you're going there. What did you think about the third episode, though?
Well, I didn't watch any of the episodes. I watched a breakdown.
Oh, so you're what we call all up in the toilet and
So
don't know shit.
Let me ask you something, Nate.
Please
do you
do.
need to put your hand in fire to know it burns?
What
Or
does
do
it
you
have to do with the
put your hand in the
cartoon?
fire every time? I'm asking you a question.
It's a cartoon.
What does it have to do with the cartoon? We're talking apples and apples and oranges. I usually agree with you of them trying to make things into wokeness. But what I did was I watched an episode and a half of it today, and the first episode was okay. And where I'm at on the second episode, so far, what I've seen with my eyes, not watching shows that exist in a hyperbolic bubble of hate for everything, that all they ever do is talk shit about anything. What I saw with my eyes was that it's okay so far. I haven't seen it all, but what I have seen is that it's an original show. None of the footage. It was all originally written. No recycled footage. Now, there is a part where in the second episode that I watched with my own eyes, I must say again, when He-Man's gone and they introduced Tila as the new protagonist, so far, because they hit a reset, it seems to be like a warrior's journey where they're gathering their troops on the way to Mordor, metaphorically. She starts off and she immediately gets an African-American sidekick and they swear off magic. So that was the first. Now that's maybe a minute of 34 minutes that I watched that was kind of added to me. But am I going to let a 1 minute of something and not see the whole thing? Now I reserve judgment to watch the whole thing, but what I've seen thusly with my eyes, and not by, like I said, by watching people who live in a bubble, whose bubble is, who get their votes and their clicks and their views by sheerly spouting hate about anything that's new, And if we look at our panel here of people on this show, I probably line up the most with you as far as these things. But what I won't do is I won't draw a line in the middle of the room and just decide that I'm going to be this because everybody who thinks like I do thinks that way. I reserve the right to think myself. And I challenge you to watch it if you're going to talk shit.
Yeah, I'm going to go ahead and refuse that. Like I said, I don't have to put my hand in fire in order to know that it burns. I don't have to rub shit in my eyes to know that it's going to infect me. What I would say is I trust the sources that I got the information from. I've been well aware of the content of the show for a long time because there have been spoilers that have been leaked throughout this entire time. And Kevin Smith has been lying out his ass the entire episode and just spent an entire podcast himself yesterday trying to deny that any of this stuff ever happened. So he's a scumbag. He has no respect for the original content, and he took a big fat dump on it, and the Masters of the Universe community is pissed off about it.
And I always have to take my hat off to you for standing by what you believe is your opinion as fact. You always stand by that. So I would encourage you.
I would encourage you to finish watching it all the way to the end. Don't stop at any point. No matter.
I'll watch your hate shows when you watch the show.
Oh, by the way, why don't you tell me how you feel about how Snake Eyes is tanking so bad, since you're all about original content?
What movie isn't tanking so bad right now?
Yeah, I wonder why they're tanking so bad.
What movie?
Snake Eyes.
No, is any movie doing like they used to do before the pandemic?
I think you're missing the point. It's tanking bad because it's getting poor reviews.
No, every movie's tanking.
Yeah, well, why would that be?
Every movie's tanking.
That's not an answer.
It's hard to sell movies right now, period.
Thank you,
No.
Lego.
There's a
Isaac, is
whole
it easy to sell movies right now?
There's a whole multitude of reasons. I
But
mean, you
might-
can't
it might
put
be
butts in
horrible.
the seat.
As a G.I. Joe
What-
fan, I haven't gone to see it, but it's not easy for me to go see a movie because I'm not going to bring babies to the theater.
Black
One of-
Black Widow's doing pretty well still.
It's
Hey,
not
Where does
big.
it where does it line up like
Space Jam
versus
doing fantastic.
probably not.
LeBron James,
Yeah, I don't know about
Oh,
Space
Yeah,
Jam.
if it was apples to apples and these theaters were showing everything and then it bombed, I would put something to that. But everything's tanking in the theaters right now. You know, it might be horrible. I haven't seen it. You know,
Yeah,
what I'm
and-
not gonna do is join on the Hitman clicks parade until I see it
Well,
myself. I never
Well,
will.
once you get there and you realize that everybody was right, I'll wait for your apology.
And I won't put my judgment after 5 episodes because it's only 5 episodes. So
Yeah,
I watched it specifically so because I saw all those geeks and gamers and world class bullshitters and all those channels that like to just shit on everything, shit on it. So it's and I let it go for like 2 minutes and I was just like with their clickbait titles. Hey Lego, I bet Lego's good at this. Lego, can you tell me out of your mind without looking on your phone one of the
Yeah,
clickbait
what's up?
titles for Masters of the Universe? Masters of the Universe is garbage. Kevin is a da da da.
Oh yeah, exactly. You won't believe what they've done to He-Man, or it'd be like something about Masters of the Universe woke. I don't know, maybe. Fuck, man. Dude, maybe we should just come up with a channel where we just talk shit. I won't even watch the shows. I won't do anything. I'll do no research and I'll just get real angry. And we'll get some good clickbait titles. I like this idea.
Or some of these shows actually review it and show you clips of what they're talking about so that you can see it for yourself.
Black Widow
Maybe
already
there's
made
that.
215 million.
But dude, I could string together any sort of clip show and be like, I could spin it to fit any sort of narrative I want. You know, like I really, really don't buy that narrative. When somebody's dissecting something and taking it apart and then presenting it to me and presenting it with their spin, it's not, you know, it's a little disingenuous. I'm kind of more on Nate's side with that. I don't like the YouTube, the professional haters, you know. It's not my
That's
jam.
still-
No, it's okay. Professionally hate it. That's fine. But like, it just seems to me, and I said this last time, that they all line up, go in some secret room and decide that they're all going to hate shit and then come out at the same time and then bang a hate drum. Where it doesn't seem like everybody can't be 100% one way about every property ever.
Yeah, or it's just so obviously sucks that everybody hates it.
I mean, the Masters of the Universe show, like getting back to the content or whatever, it didn't look like I scrolled through it when we were first starting this the Misery video that we just did. And so I was flipping through, just giving it a quick scroll to see like what the content was, what the what the show looked like. I didn't have any volume on. I didn't hear any acting or whatever, but I burned through fairly quickly. It looked like well animated. Everything looked fine.
Lena Headey, freaking A.
Oh, she's awesome. I mean, they've got a fantastic cast.
Well,
But I think just scrolling through very quickly, it was like, this doesn't look like a show I would enjoy no matter what the content was, you know? It just looked not like my kind of show.
for sure. And you know, like, just I mean, I don't know. I didn't care for the original too much. I liked it when I was a kid and I tried to rewatch it. I bought it. I bought a bunch of them. I bought Transformers, G.I. Joe, Thundercats, and Masters of the Universe. And I watched them with Miles within the last, 4 years. And he liked G.I. Joe. He liked Transformers. He could he could sit through a few episodes of Thundercats, and He-Man, he's just like, why do they keep doing the same thing over and over, Dad? And I'm like, what do you mean? He's like, they're doing the exact same thing. Even every time he transfers, all the sparkles are in the same place. And I'm like, oh, they're just recycling footage. They used to do that to be cheap a long time ago. And he was like, yeah, but they do it so much. And I was watching it, and they're doing it over and over and over and over again. So let's not pretend like the thing that they're recreating was some masterpiece of the universe. It was a masterpiece of shit to start with. And they're writing a new thing, and they're putting time and energy into it. And it's only 5 out of 12 episodes. You know, it's setting up. Isaac, can you read to us what the people are saying? Because the people got some good stuff. Steve is hating like he always does. He hates SJWs, and he's saying that I'm wrong because Steve is going to be on Josh's team. He's always going to line up with the world-class bullshitters. And he does a good job in professing what his opinion is to be fact as well. You know, so let's
Somebody's Christopher Padilla is like, y'all getting dark. It's just the first 5 episodes. The reactions like everyone's got 12 episodes of this shit. If a show blows its wad too early, they don't have anywhere to go. This builds lore.
Well, the
And
only
then
part
Steve
about
talked
that,
about Black Widow.
the only part about that comment that I agree with is the shit part.
Like there's a tech cult there, no fucked up, and builds them into a future threat. No spoilers, but it's getting dark. And then Steve's all, the reviews are killing He-Man. John says Kevin Smith is a shill. Master of the Universe is the last Jedi of He-Man. I think I like the He-Man I was watching earlier.
yeah, what was it? CKY Herman, the CKY He-Man.
Yeah,
I don't know. I think we can beat a dead horse with our opinions on this thing, and you never know. Like I said, Josh and I usually line up pretty similarly on our value set and everything. So I just want to make sure I see it before I talk crap. You know, I like Kevin Smith. I met him at the He-Man Con. Got a cool picture with him. Got a hug from him when I was there hanging out with Dan Fraga and Tim Seeley when they were reintroducing the comic. And I brought Liz a whole bunch of those posters. Remember that, Liz? The ones with Skeletor on the cover?
Yes. Dan Fraga stuff.
Yeah, Dan Fraga and Tim Seeley.
Right.
So that
I
was
have
the fun.
that somewhere. I kept some for me.
Yeah, so like I don't know. I'm reserving judgment. I'm not just gonna not watch something, or if I watch it and it's smacks me in the face really, really quickly of something I just can't stomach, then I'll end up turning it.
So let me just make a couple small comments here. Number one, when we're talking about the Star Wars sequels, I never ended up seeing The Rise of Skywalker in the theater. I didn't end up seeing that till well over a year later, because I knew before the movie had come out that it was going to be trash, that it was garbage because of what had happened already. And because
so that would be the metaphoric example of you watching the first episode here, not liking it, and deciding that you weren't gonna watch 2 or 3.
Potentially, but my point is that you don't have to watch something to understand that what's going to.
But you did watch something. You didn't say you didn't watch episode 7.
No, hang on.
You said you didn't watch episode 9.
Correct.
Using your example, you should have given at least one episode a shot.
No, hang on. Because I knew what was coming was going to be trash. In this case, I also know what's coming is going to be trash. Because the spoilers had already been out. Even though Kevin Smith lied about it, it had already come out. So then, on top of this, the reason that I wanted to discuss it was not really because of the Masters of the Universe in particular, but because it struck me over the weekend what the heart of the problem is. And the heart of the problem is that there's a certain group of people out there that make it their mission to color themselves as fans of intellectual properties, but they are seeking to dishonor what came before. And as I mentioned, we've seen this repeatedly with multiple franchises. We saw this with Star Wars, we've seen it with Star Trek, we've seen it with Doctor Who, We're seeing it now with Masters of the Universe. We're seeing a pervasive effort. I don't necessarily know that it's concerted, but it's a pervasive effort of people to take existing franchises with existing lore, with existing fan bases, and to dishonor the properties that are put into their hands for creative purposes. And I think that's the heart of what's going on in entertainment on many levels, whether you're talking about movies or television shows or comic books or what have you. Everything is these properties are being placed into the hands of people who don't care about the existing material and seek to dishonor what came before for whatever purposes they've got. And that's really what's going on with Masters of the Universe. So anyway, that's
Well, I guess I could jump in. I guess we're kind of all
Thank
piling
you.
in on
Thank
Josh,
you, Lego.
but I really, really doubt that there's people out there looking to like ruin existing properties. I think that there's a lot of money involved in Hollywood, and selling things is very important to them. And if they know that there's a product with a built-in fan base, they're going to try to sell it. I don't think they really care about any of the products they're putting out. Occasionally you'll get someone who does care, who really puts their heart and soul into something and turns it into, gold. And I think that's very rare though. I think you're more likely going to see, these rehashed ideas with a new spin, a new coat of paint. And the new coat of paint is just going to fit in with what they think is the new cultural paradigms of the day. I don't think it's necessarily these creators seeking to dishonor or ruin something from the past. I think they're just trying
Except
to collect
Ryan
a check.
Johnson. Ryan Johnson was trying to fuck up Star Wars.
right.
I don't know.
And I
Maybe.
don't think that it's unique. I don't think that's unique to Ryan Johnson. I think that that's something that you saw with Paul Feige and Ghostbusters 2016. It's something that you see with the showrunners who are doing the Star Trek television series. You're seeing it with Chibnall and Doctor Who. These people want to undermine what came before. And
So you really think that
doing now.
these people
I
that are
said
making
before,
shows that are making careers of like what, some sort of nefarious purpose to I guess I don't understand. Are you claiming that they're intentionally screwing these like properties
There
up
is
to
something
make
to
them
what
like
Josh
bad,
is
or
saying. There is something to what Josh is saying. They're trying to put their spin on things, and they're trying to they're trying to make, like, you're trying to use your line you used earlier, Lego, and make whatever the thing is woke a lot of times. And what I would like to see, and I haven't seen, like I said, I haven't seen enough of it yet. And if they can pull these things off, like what if there's 5 episodes out of 12 that we've seen on this thing in particular? What if these 5 episodes, they're trying to build these females up as heroines, and then in episode 6, He-Man comes back and says, "No wonder why this is taking 5 episodes. You bitches suck. Let me show you how a man does it." Within 1 episode, all of the geeks and gamers and all those guys will be back on board saying, "Oh, wow, this was what we wanted." They put the Mary Sue in her place. They just wanted to lead her on for 5 episodes before they smashed her dreams. Who's to say that's not what they do? I don't know. But what I'm not going to do is I'm not going to be all up in a toilet and don't know shit.
So given the cultural landscape, how many times has that glorious unicorn occurred? The number is 0, by the way, 0 times.
I'm a man of faith, Josh.
Blind faith is not what you're asked to have.
I didn't say I'm not a man of blind faith.
Don't you think though that it's okay?
Liz,
for them to do
thank you, Liz. Yes, she speaks. Say it.
Well, okay. So I have not watched the He-Man. I don't know the new one. I watched the original ones a lot at the store because AJ really likes He-Man. And was it boring? It, you know, I like the action figures more than I like the original TV show. Yes, it was repetitive, but the thing was is that show was thrown together because they were trying to sell toys. The toys were something they were trying to do, and it's like nobody's gonna buy these toys. Let's do a comic. You're marketing it to 4 and 5-year-olds who don't read. Oh, by the way, we're gonna do a cartoon, and they didn't have any of that stuff in play when that happened. So I think they just kind of threw the cartoon together, and it became cool because you got to see your actual toys on TV and vice versa. And they were trying to strike gold in the 80s with all kinds of crazy cartoons that were coming out, but they were turning it into TV shows. I haven't seen the new stuff. I don't know if I'm going to, not because he doesn't want to, just because I don't have that interest in He-Man. It's not my thing. It's not, they might be trying to market it maybe towards me because I'm a female, just based off of some of the stuff that I've read and looked up on my own. It's possible, but I don't have an interest in it. So it's lost on me. But don't you think that it's possible to remake or redo or put a spin on something different? And it's okay that you don't like it because you're a 45-year-old white male. You're not the demographic that they're looking for or that they're aiming it towards. They're trying to aim it more towards, and I know what the argument to this is because we've had this discussion a billion times. It's like Doctor Who. Look, I've only watched Doctor Who from the Paul McCann, McGann's to Capaldi. And my favorite Doctor was the last one they did with Peter Capaldi. I haven't watched any of the Jodie thank you. The Jodie Whittaker ones. I haven't watched the female Doctor because I don't have an interest. My enjoyment from watching the Doctor and the lore that I got from the Doctor was when he was male. That's all there is to it. I don't have any interest in watching it. It could be very good, but I don't have that interest. And because I don't have that interest, I'm not going to watch it. And it doesn't have anything to do with it necessarily. You know, you can put a label on it saying, oh, because they went woke, that's why I'm not watching it. It's like, no, they moved it to something that I'm just not particularly give two shits about. Like, I like the actors. I like the other actors. I've seen a lot of their stuff and other things that they've done. So it's not a testament to their acting abilities. It's just, it doesn't fit the things that I want to see. I don't want to see a female Doctor. I just don't want to do it. So I'm not going to watch it. And I don't think you can, put me into the category, oh, well, Liz doesn't like woke stuff. It's like, well, no, because I kind of enjoyed watching the Ghostbusters 2016. I actually went to the theater. I actually saw it. It wasn't Ghostbusters, and it wasn't Ghostbusters 2. It wasn't the original. It was just a bunch of people getting together, having fun. Yeah, they used the Ghostbusters trademark with permission to do those types of things. I thought the movie had moments that I liked, but as a whole, I wouldn't call it a Ghostbusters movie. But, it's just, if you don't like it, don't watch it. And I know you're all going back to the lore of stuff and it's not honoring the things of the past. And I get that. It's not because it's not supposed to be that. They're not trying to dovetail off of the stuff in the past.
No, that's exactly what they're trying to do.
They're trying to use the name and the trademark because they don't have to put a lot of thought and concern in it, because when somebody says He-Man, you automatically know something. When they say Masters, when you say Doctor Who, when you say Star Wars, when you say any of that stuff, there's automatically a thing that clicks in your brain that you know. So their market, it's like what Kevin Smith did say in that video. It's a marketing tool. He went and he used something that had a base, but he wasn't catering it to that. It doesn't seem like he's catering it to that base. That's not what he's catering it to. So
I think
you
what
could
you're
be
saying,
offended
Liz,
and you could get pissed off because he's not doing that for you, because you're not the intended market. You're not that person that he's trying to market it to. And you might say, well, then he's taking a shit on my childhood. Well, he's not, because he's doing something. He is doing something different for a different group of people. And but I feel like I'm on a soapbox like you are, but like, and to what Lego was saying too, is that they like to change things to fit the current political, sociological, economical, all that stuff. Things in movies change and adapt over time, and TV shows adapt over time to make it relevant or to make it, important to what's going on in the world. And I know a lot of times you want to watch movies to escape from that stuff. You don't want to see that stuff in your TV shows and in your movies, but it can't help but come in because you have writers in the present that are doing those things and writing about stuff and trying to, but they've been doing, science fiction writers did that all the time, way back when, during World War II. Science fiction writing and fantasy writing were political, religious commentary. That's what they were. And that's how they were able to get it across. And now it's happening. Unfortunately, you don't like the message they're delivering. That's the problem. You don't like the message because it doesn't line up with your morals and your values. And because it doesn't line up with that, you're dissenter towards it. And I get that. And that's your, your ability. But there are people out there apparently that the people that are making stuff now that are in charge are people who don't agree with our ethics and morals and values per se. And so
here's what I'll say. Here's what I'll say. Like with the new Star Wars trilogy, if they had the cojones to just call it space fighting or something like that and introduce it as a whole another thing that wasn't Star Wars, that's what you need to do if you want to come up with your new vision of how things should be and have it be woke. Don't shit on Star Wars with it. And then with the Ghostbusters, that wasn't itself a bad movie, but it wasn't Ghostbusters. But do they trust that they couldn't have like a movie called Female Ghost Fighters and have it come out? And once I watch all these episodes, and I'll end up watching them all. I didn't even mean to watch these. I just watched these because it's a hot thing right now, and I knew we were going to come on here and talk shit about it. So I wanted to not be in the toilet. But I might, once I see them, end up agreeing with Josh. But I just think it'd be important for me to have a real take on what's going on with it before I speak either way or speak ill of it. And the first episode isn't bad.
Ghostbusters Afterlife is dropping a trailer tomorrow. It's finally coming.
Ooh,
Nice.
that I'm excited for.
All right, we got 12 people watching right now. That's a really big. That's a decent amount.
We got 12 people. Put 2 thumbs up, Josh. We got 12 people. They did that.
Let me offer one more.
Let
Sorry.
Isaac talk.
Go ahead.
Damn it.
Let's have Jose put his movies on the wheel so he can start throwing. I've got so many movies written down because people just been yelling movies.
I thought you were gonna say, let's have Jose throw his 2 cents into the mix. I was gonna say, well, that's why Image Comics was created.
Another 30 minutes.
Right?
I'm like that. We have people doing stuff where it's like, oh, it's and then a few weeks ago, I remember some people were ragging on it. It's like, well, at what point do you know? It's like there's no winning. People could do something and call it, space fighting, but then people would be like, oh, that's a Star Wars ripoff. Boo. This is the manly man and the I don't know, and the rulers of the galaxy. Oh, that's a He-Man ripoff. Boo. It's like no matter what you do, you're never gonna satisfy everybody in pop culture. So just do your thing. I mean, if you can get some money behind it, if you can get your hands on a license, then I don't know, man. I feel like I've heard way too many stories from Hollywood that it's like there's too many people with their hand in the pot where it's like they're not gonna, the vision you have for, who's to say that this really is Kevin Smith's vision for He-Man? I mean, wasn't he also talking about a few years ago about his vision for Superman, and they didn't let him make that. So we don't know what goes on behind the scenes. It's like I've heard time and time from creators, not just like movie directors and actors. I've heard it in the comic book industry too. Well, how many times I was listening. Is very interesting. God, I want to say, who was it? Was it Kurt Busiek? Somebody who they brought in at the last minute, like in the 70s or something, to write Wonder Woman. I'm trying to remember who it was, but they told him it couldn't be called Wonder Woman. It had to be called something else, and he couldn't write about this or that or this or that. And he's like, well, then that's not a Wonder Woman title. And he said, no, because they were trying to relaunch it with George Perez or something. And he talked, and then he went into detail about the horrors that he had to endure just to get his story published. And it's like, but DC hired him to do it. So it's like, I've heard so many horror stories that at this point, I don't even know whose vision I'm seeing on the screen anymore. So I just watch it and I'll have an opinion after I watch it.
Great idea. That's a smart
Sorry.
idea.
Yeah. So anyways, let's get to my movies.
Okay. Easy.
So we can formulate an opinion on these movies. And I want to know what everybody's vision or what everybody's opinion is on these people's vision. Number one I want to throw up there is Office Space. Because
I still haven't watched that.
Cam Flavitt, I want to watch it. Let's throw up there another underrated movie, in my opinion, with Josh's favorite, Chris Evans. Not Another Teen Movie.
That was pre-muscles.
Pre-muscles, yeah. Let's throw up there The Big Hit. Has everybody watched that one?
I've never seen that.
I don't even know what
Okay,
that
The
is.
Big Hit.
Mark
I took a
Wahlberg.
big hit one time.
Let's throw up there Blood In, Blood Out, because I want to mix it up. Let's throw up Soylent Green.
Good
Because that's
spoiler.
another. Yeah, because it's on.
You've been trying to get that one for a while.
Yeah, because it's on HBO and I've been wanting to watch it. And then let's throw up one of the best superhero movies of all time, arguably. If not, we'll figure it out when we record.
We already watched Batman Forever. So
No,
stop
we're gonna try and watch Mask of the Phantasm.
Oh, nice.
Oh, there you go.
Ooh.
That should be 6, right, Josh? I mean, Nate.
Yeah.
All right.
All right, you ready for the titles that have been dropped?
Yeah,
Let's
let's
do
go. These ones we can vote it on and off, right?
Yes.
Yeah,
This is
so these
Gladiator
are
time.
all Gladiator.
Let's start with the Big Lebowski.
Yeah, Nate didn't even have to look to see.
He was already writing it.
We've been doing this. We did some of these ones we've been passing through for a while. I don't know if anybody's going to change their vote from the last 2
The
months.
Warriors.
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 Come on and
And the
play.
ones-
I haven't watched that one.
Ooh, you're gonna love it,
Next
or
one.
maybe not.
Orpheus gives his first big speech.
I liked him before Durant joined.
Next one is he joined Xanadu right after Warriors. Next one will be Don't Be a Menace to South Central while drinking your juice in the.
Oh my god! Yes, yes. Let's get that one up there.
Yes.
Write that one down,
Yeah,
Nate.
there we go. Awesome.
You know that's going to waste the whole. That won't get a hard edit.
Message.
Next one is
Get hard.
Joyride.
Which one's that one? What's Joyride?
The crazy the one with what's her face? Crap. They're driving cross country and a semi dude or some guy in a truck gets them or something.
It's known as Roadkill it's got Paul Walker
Yeah,
and Steven
chick
Zahn.
that is.
Look, if it's Paul
Steve
Walker, I'm
Zahn's
in.
in that, yeah.
Yeah.
And
Okay.
the girls from that stupid
Lily Sobieski.
Jason Statham fantasy movie.
All right.
Oh,
Joyride
Lily
made it.
Sobieski.
Yeah.
All right. Next is a Go.
Go.
Go where?
Katie Holmes is in it.
Dawson's Creek. I don't want to wait
I think
for
it's
life to be over. Dun, dun, dun,
the
dun,
aftermath,
dun,
the
dun.
aftermath of a drug deal as told from 3 different perspectives. Sarah
I
Polly
haven't heard about that
I
one.
don't want to wait
and
for our life to be over. Dun, 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 dun. What?
You don't sound too enthusiastic about it, Isaac. So I'm gonna say no.
Sorry, y'all.
Because usually Isaac gets all giggity. He's like, "Oh, this one's about this." And this one, I didn't feel that in your voice, man. Sorry.
Fuzzy and the Fat Man said Go is a teen Pulp Fiction.
Still aren't selling it.
I thought it did.
For our life to be over. Dun, 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 dun.
Malibu's Most Wanted.
I did bad again. It's just
Which one?
Malibu's Most Wanted.
Malibu's Most Wanted.
Daddy,
I watched that
Jamie
not that long
Kennedy.
ago, and I fell asleep.
Jamie Kennedy acts black.
They did.
Daddy.
I don't think I've ever seen that. I don't know that.
You're gonna keep it that way?
We got a
Yeah.
Bad Santa.
Bad Santa. Dude,
I'd go for Bad
I was
Santa.
thinking about that the other day. I'm like, those are
Which
of those
one? Bad.
movies
Hold on. John says, wow, you guys made a judgment without watching the movie.
that-
We're not doing a review on the movie. We're not
Thank you
speaking.
very much.
We're not doing a review on the movie
Uh-huh.
before we see
Stop
the
it.
movie. We only have one movie a week we watch, and we want it to be entertaining content. If we watch something that just because, I mean, we've watched one of your movies before, haven't we, John? Geez, they go on the wheel. If you pass the thumbs, you pass the thumbs.
Next is did we say Bad Santa?
Yeah.
We didn't.
No, we did.
Oh,
Which one?
I didn't hear.
Oh, we
it.
didn't write it.
Bad Santa.
I think we all voted yes.
Oh, yeah.
Or I did anyway. I don't know.
Like I was like, I'm drawing. I'm doing art.
Yeah, I
be
can't. I
bothered
can't
with
keep
the
track of the
screen.
votes and fucking draw.
You can't.
Yeah, leave
You
me
can't go
be.
against a guy named Billy Bob.
Sling Blade.
Fuck it.
What's Sling Blade?
No.
It's
Sling
got,
Blade. Sling Blade would be an opportunity for Isaac to be funny.
I reckon.
See, exactly.
I like the way you talk.
He's selling it, so no.
Oh,
You were selling it so well, so I was like, yeah.
Next is Role Models.
Oh,
Oh.
I like
What-
that.
Yeah,
one.
that one's
What is
good.
that
Write
one?
it down.
Who's in
You
that?
ever watch Role Models? Paul Rudd and what's the other guy? I was gonna say Christopher Walken.
I'm in. I haven't seen it.
No,
I like Jane
Who-
Lynch in that one.
John Williams.
Oh, Jane
she's
Lynch is
great,
so
yeah.
good.
He's so good at this.
Sweet. I haven't seen that. If you guys like it, it'd be
Yeah.
Yeah.
it'd be what the show's about, right?
Yeah.
Next is White Chicks.
I've never seen White Chicks.
Oh, then
Let's
they-
go.
Because I saw Nate.
Yes. Put it on the wheel.
The pen's out of ink.
Did you put a? Hey, did you put
It's
role-
not writing. What?
Did you put role
It's
model?
not writing.
Yes, role models is on there, but for some reason it won't write white chicks. I don't know.
And that's pretty
Hey, tell you
discriminatory against white chicks.
Yeah.
I don't know. If blackface is racist, whiteface is too.
Next is Juice.
Oh, that's a good one.
Juice is dope. Juice is dope.
That's a good one. Tupac.
Don't know. You know, I must. Yeah.
And get your boy some culture.
Ready? Some more culture shock. Baby Boy.
Oh, baby boy.
With Tyrese,
Yes.
Big Grimes.
aren't we supposed to have these in February?
Ah.
Wow.
Another movie, Small Soldiers.
I thought you said Boys in the Hood.
That
It
was
actually happened
good.
on DVD.
No Boys in the
It's part of
Hood?
few back of something else we got with Explorers.
Small
Yay!
Soldiers. I like that one.
Um.
All right, that's it. We're done.
Oh, we're done. The
We
wheels.
filled the world. We have
Oh
people
my
giving
God.
us movies this time. We didn't have to do it for 3 hours.
Yeah. You didn't have to beg.
All right, everybody, take a second. If you guys like what we're doing, smash that like button because we're gonna keep on talking shit. All right, let's see.
Ty's
Moving
like-
on.
Ty's
What's
like,
that?
you haven't seen White Chicks? Look, Ty, I don't even want to hear it. You haven't seen like important classics like Tremors and Goonies and
Has he
All the
seen?
other movies,
No.
Xanadu.
Has he seen?
Xanadu. So I don't even want to hear it if I haven't seen White Chicks.
Did-
Okay,
did-
there's like
did I
one
already an-
movie I haven't seen.
Yeah,
Did
and
I
for those
fi-
of you guys
did I
watching,
announce-
wait, what's up, Jose? You got that Latino community internet.
Oh no, I was just saying. Did I announce that I watched Sandlot finally? Did I
Yeah.
already say
Oh.
that?
Yay!
Oh, you did, yeah.
You did, yeah. Yeah. Itza was bagging on you, right? She called you
Yeah,
a name or something. Yeah, you
She called me an L7 weenie, and I said, "What the did you call me?" She said, "You're an L7." She did the whole
And
thing, and I said,
weenie.
"She's like," and I told her, "I'm like, where's that from?" She's like, "It's from the Sandlot. You've never watched it?" And I said, "No." And she was just like, "You don't know about what is it? Benny the Jet Rodriguez? You don't know about this? You don't know about that?" I was like, "Hey, shut up! Why? I'm not gonna let my 10-year-old daughter insult me. Put it
Oh
on."
my God, girl.
You clean hearing aids like a girl.
For those of you guys watching, we just put out our year anniversary special on this very same page. So if you haven't had a chance to watch one of our movie reviews, or if we seem too boring or slow to you, that one's got a pretty fast pace and it's a pretty fun edit. One of those clip shows with us laughing at ourselves or everybody else laughing at me in rotation. So
One
Lewis wants
time.
to know
God,
whatever
he makes it
happened
sound like
to.
we're big.
what's that?
Lewis
Lewis
wants
what?
to know whatever happened to the superhero that was looking for that stabber. Did he ever find that stabber?
Oh, that's
Yeah,
an
there's our
interesting.
update.
Yeah, we can. Well, next week we're gonna find out the update, and we'll tell you then. Stay tuned.
And then John wanted to know, how do we come up with the pick of the week for the Comic Cave?
They read all the books and the one
Well,
that
we
they like
read-
the most.
Exactly. We read a whole lot of books.
We read everything that we pick up in one sitting, and we talk it amongst each other of which one was the, wow, this was good. This was really good. Fuck. That's how.
And it's a huge. It's not just the big two. We get Image. We get a lot of smaller. We get Black Mass Studios. We get Aftershock Comics. We get Boom. We get Kaboom. We try to pick one. We try to get books from everywhere and everyone. So it's not just the biased opinion of the big three, which I consider Image now one of the big ones up there. So often there's been more than a few times where we've picked a comic that wasn't either one of those three. So we definitely like to get people kind of a preview of what's going on, other than DC, Marvel, and Image. Because there's a lot of great creators out there, and a lot of those creators use smaller presses to put out. It's definitely awesome to see them, have full control and go crazy. Space Bastards is printed under what?
Humanoids, I think.
Yeah, exactly. Humanoid.
Yeah, and Space Bastards, for example, has been one of our top. Like, we've been loving that book, and that's on Humanoids. That's a much smaller press, and most people probably never even heard of it. So
He wanted to know because he was confused how Aliens Aftermath made it that cut. That week wasn't a really solid week on books. Like, a lot of the stories were very lackluster in our opinion.
Yeah.
And Aftermath was the one that stood out the most.
But if you've also been watching the channel, you'll see that we've been big fans of the Alien comic that's been being put out by Marvel recently. And the way that this added onto that story was phenomenal, in our opinion. But again, if you didn't like it, put it in the comments, man. Put what you think we should have picked, or what book you did like. We love hearing everybody's opinion. Why not? Just tell us.
Oh, definitely. There's been a lot of times where we don't pick something up, and we'll get a comment or a message or whatever letting us know about a book. Like God, what is it? The Nice House on the Lake that just came out, that James Tinian book.
Yeah.
When I saw it on the shelf, I was like, that doesn't really look like something I'd enjoy, but we ended up getting the second print of it, and the first issue was awesome. I mean,
Yeah.
you guys giving us picks really helps out because, I mean, we pick up a lot, but we can't get to everything. So giving input really, really helps us out.
Did you guys read Never Never that came
Yeah.
out?
Oh,
We did.
Dude,
so good.
my God. I
Petro,
was not expecting that.
Petropan.
That
And
was,
what press is that?
That's heavy metal, wasn't it?
Yeah. Well, I
Oh.
think Heavy Metal's like the main company, but the is like the parent company, but like the press itself is called Virus.
Hmm.
Interesting.
Yeah, on the doc.
That one was a fun book.
Yeah.
Yeah.
On the doc-
We appreciate recommendations, guys. We really actually do. And if there's a book out there that you guys think we should be reading, then let us know, because a lot of people never even a few of the people that collect comics, I know when I talk to, never picked up We Live. And then and then I told them about it, and then they went out and
Oh.
grabbed it, or I let them borrow a copy, and then they've just been mind blown. Like, what?
So good.
I will
So
say, if you
good.
guys are going to recommend a book to these guys, to try to get them at a good jumping on point. If you want them to jump in the middle of something and they don't know it, that probably wouldn't be a good idea for you to sell them on continuing to read whatever book you recommend.
Unless it's a trade. I mean, if it's like on like, if the first trade, it's like on issue 6 and the trade's already collected, why not? We'll go for it.
Yeah. So this
We don't want to miss out on good stories.
we're
I
planning on
love great stories.
Department of Truth
Yeah.
Yes. Looks like a big week, right?
in Korea.
Mm.
Made in Korea was phenomenal.
That
It has
story's
been
going
phenomenal.
dark.
Scumbag. Skybound X.
I'll find a week because our shipment didn't come in last week.
So you got a double.
We get
Hey.
last week's and this week's stuff on Wednesday.
Ooh, nice.
Get a Spawn, the Skybound X, Vinyl number 2. Vinyl was dark.
I really liked Vinyl. I felt like there was a lot there. A lot of interesting, like
Groot.
John powered through like 60
Tarzan.
comics last week.
I saw. I was so impressed. I was like, take that, Liz.
That's okay. I'm still ahead by 2.
Oh, but he caught up. He caught up in 1 week. He caught up to you. I was like, damn, I didn't expect him to.
I got lazy.
Liz, did you ever read Black Friday?
Yes. I can't remember. Did we get issue 2 of that in? I only read the first issue. It was interesting. That's one of those ones that I'm probably gonna wait. Well, I say that a lot, to get it in graphic novel, because I'll want to sit down and like really like read it. Because I did the same thing with like Philadelphia. I know Philadelphia is one of your love child comic, but like I love the first 2 issues, but I knew that there was going to be a lot more to it and a lot of more meat and like story behind it. So I wanted to wait till it came out in like chunks to read it. Same with Something Is Killing the Children. Like I knew after like the 3rd issues of a lot of these ones, like I know, okay, there's going to be more to this. And I want to go back and like really like sit and read and absorb it all. And that's why I like getting the graphic novels. I know I missed out on the week to week type situation, but like I think I enjoy it more when I'm sitting and being able to like soak it all up and read it at once. But yeah, Black Friday is one that I'm gonna get. I like a lot of the Scouts Black Caravan stuff.
Yeah.
We're doing a lot of stuff. Like I just read the Tales of Technicolor Techno Horror. So the little anthology
Yeah,
one.
yeah, that
did.
little anthology book they did, right?
It was like 4 pages. It was like I think like 4 or 5 stories that were only like 4 or 5 pages each. It was really good. It was so cool. And I like how they do those. They always do those like sneaky little VHS like hidden variants that they don't. So like they look like normal, but then there's like the one that gets slipped in there somewhere with the little like VHS Be Kind Rewind and all that stuff. I like how they do that with some of their stuff. That's one of those cool little well, not incentive, but one of those cool little variant things that they do. But I've been going back and reading a lot of older like stuff. I've been picking up a lot of Mad Cave Studios. I just read a graphic novel that they did, which I thought was supposed to be more young adult, and it's not. It's called Pantomime, and it's about a bunch of deaf kids who become thieves. They're like in high school, kind of. They're at like a special needs for deaf kids, like college or not college, high school, and they end up becoming like really good thieves, and they unfortunately steal from the wrong guy, and he puts them to work, and they hatch a plan to get him in trouble, and it's like a revenge story type thing. It's really good, and I thought it was supposed to be for young adult or kid all ages. No, not at all. It was really good, but all those like independent companies are putting out solid stuff. I always find myself having that like float to the top of the to be read piles things. Or when we get them and unpack our diamond stuff, and I look at oh, this is out. Okay, cool. It's always the independent titles. Sorry.
Awesome. So what do we got going on today, Lego?
We're finishing up Marceline the Vampire Queen. I think this is the third in our Adventure Time series. We've seen the Skull Dude Jake and Skull Dude Finn. So this is actually at Tyler's request. He commented on one of the posts that I made on the Skull Dude Joe Instagram. So I was like, yeah, dude, Marceline's awesome. Let's do it. So we got her coming in, doing a little witchcraft over here. Got some burning candles, little sigil sort of deal, and her crazy hair. So we're just building it up, getting it going. Her hair is bigger than I wanted it to be, but you know what? Like big hair is kind of cool.
Big hair, don't care.
Exactly.
So we got any collectibles to share this week, y'all?
Why don't you start us off?
I will. Thank you. I've got 2 of these Matty collectors. I've got a let's see, like looks like a clearish red. Oh, that's a bad glare. Clearish reddish Hordak figure, Matty collector. Got these from a friend of the show, Carl Altstetter, when he was working for Mattel.
Were those the ones that came with like the maps and stuff of the different areas of like Eternia and Etheria and stuff?
I don't think so. I've got Skeletor as well. Let's see. Well, there we go. There we go. That's a good look. Pretty dope. Good articulation, but still holds true pretty much to the other molds. But they add elbow and knee articulation because those original Masters of the Universe figures had like 5 points of articulation, and you couldn't really put them into a ship. They'd have to go into like stirrups or something to go into a ship. They didn't just, the legs didn't fit right into things. So that's what I got as far as
My collectible item is not that old. It just came out from Lego.
Oh, that's nice.
66 Batman Batmobile with Joker.
Awesome.
There's a cool little stand that tells you what the Batmobile is.
Does he have a mustache?
Yeah.
Yeah, the mustache he has. He has a little painted on mustache.
That's dope.
Yeah, Lego. I love Lego. And the free with purchase
We all
item
love Lego.
was this cool little Adidas dude.
Nice.
They owe Run DMC so much royalties.
Not my not my job.
Not my job, man.
My job. Yeah, that's my collectible of the week.
I'm behind on my Lego purchases.
Jose comes with a box.
Hell yeah.
Dun,
Look,
dun, dun. Several
he's got-
boxes.
He's got a bunch of frames behind him too. I love
Oh
it.
wow, he had the hose kinked. He's coming out swinging today.
I only got 2. I could go get more though. Oh, oops! I grabbed the wrong box, but I'll show this one off anyways.
Fleshlight from Riley Reed.
We'll probably be doing a review of this bad boy pretty soon. But this is I've been really into designer toys and Sofubi figures, soft vinyl figures from like China, Japan, and everything. And there's a pretty big demand for those suckers right now. And the only way to really get them is to win lotteries. So I'm really happy because I won one of my first lotteries a few months ago, and it was for from a company called Planet X. You can follow them on Instagram, and I think we might be shooting this guy for a review video soon on the Collectible Corner. But this is the Unicron soft vinyl figure from Planet X, designer stamp on the bottom.
Why do they call it Unicron? That name's kind of already been famously taken. Oh,
I
he's
think
got a
I-
unicorn, huh?
Yeah, and the head is actually removable.
You just can't put it back.
Soft vinyl.
Soft vinyl, so oh, here we go.
Stretched it out trying to use it.
There we go.
That's so cool.
Hey, that's legit. I like the color on it.
Yeah, dude,
Nice
these
and
things are
nice
all
and
like
shiny.
they're all hand painted. And they're all pulled individually and they're really limited. I want to say this one's 300 pieces. I could be wrong. If anybody knows about this run, they can tell you. But the colors really pop on this guy. And a few weeks ago, I actually won another couple lotteries. So there's a few more final figures coming in. I got one from a company called Mech Noise. And then I won another one from this Planet X company as well. They're coming, I think the Mech Noise one was from China. This one, I believe, is from Japan. But due to customs, they can't seal them in the bag because they have to be inspected. But this is the artwork that would come on the bag that they put them in. Planet
Artwork.
X.
Nice. I like that. Not a lot of that out there, so it's a
Yeah.
lot more rare than the stuff I was showing. Kudos.
Yeah, so I'm really stoked about it. I want to say I have the box for the other one that came in somewhere. I'd love to show that one off right now when I get a chance. But are we showing off collectibles or artwork right now?
We're doing collectibles and then we'll go to artwork. We can probably go back to back if you want. And then we top it off with Josh's key.
Well, I actually have some collectibles that I wanted to share.
Wait, what? Let's do it.
Oh, nice.
So everybody,
Wait. Who got these for you?
my wife. So these are a few of the figures from the early '80s Dungeons and Dragons cartoon line. I don't know how many of you guys remember that series. Like other series in the '80s, it's hard to go back and watch them.
That's too true.
But I have just a few of them. They're not easy to come by, but every once in a while you find them in some like rummage sale. or
Nate, you
something.
still have me
But,
pinned. They
No, I
can't
don't.
see. They can't see Josh.
I can see
So-
Josh.
No, we can see him.
I can't
All
see
right.
him.
This one is. You can't see me. Can't see me.
You can see
Anyway.
Josh.
I'm
We
gonna
can see you.
go
Okay.
on with it. So this is the ogre.
Ah,
You
you're
can see
too
his
close.
his ugly face. And they did these figures kind of to scale. So this one is Elkhorn dwarf.
Hold on. Now I can't see him. Let me
And
see.
when you put them together, you can see that there's an obvious height difference between the two. Right? Maybe over here in front of Liz. Hey. So then the crowning jewel of that.
Hey, bring him back up
that-
again. I just got your spotlight fixed. Can you bring him back up
Sorry.
again real quick?
Yeah. So this was the ogre. They need to see the face.
You can't get his voice. hard.
And then Elkhorn the dwarf, right? And they have them sized correctly, right? And
Scale's important.
yes. And the crown jewel of that collection was my favorite character from that TV show, even though he only appeared once. But he was in a lot of Dungeons and Dragons product that came after it, and that's the evil warrior Warduke. I don't know if you can see that face, but he's got a
Right
couple
on.
of glowing eyes. He reminds me a little bit of the leader of the Jun Horde from the old
Beastmaster.
'80s movie Beastmaster with what's his name, Mark Singer.
Mark
But
Singer.
Warduke
Mike
is one of
Donovan
those
from
characters.
V.
Yes.
Yes. So Warduke is one of those characters that has transcended time, though, having been very popular.
Oh, what's cool is he's got actually the weapons for those two two of the characters. He doesn't have. I couldn't find the ogre's weapons,
but I do have the weapons
he
for
does have the
Elkhorn
accessories for the two,
and
which are hard
Warduke.
to find on their own.
But Warduke has transcended the old '80s Dungeons and Dragons cartoon show, and for the role-playing game, they actually made a miniature of him. I'm going to see if I can get close to this guy, so you can see that he's got the horned helm still. He's got the big shield. It's kind of a comparison between the two. He's a badass character that showed up, and these are some of the best pieces of my collection. You know, the Dungeons and Dragons miniatures, you open them up in packs where it's randomized, so you don't know what you're gonna get. So when I pulled this little fella,
Oh yeah,
that was an exciting day. So
I went deaf in my ear for 3 days.
yes.
No, it wasn't even that deep, honey. It was very high pitched.
It was,
like a girl, I think is what it is. Yeah.
the Mod's clan.
Yeah, that's what it was.
It was the same sound I made when Captain America picked up Mjolnir in Endgame.
Well, and thankfully it was a different ear. You were sitting on this side when that happened. So when they asked me how come I've lost my hearing, I'll be because my husband's fanboyed out twice in his life.
So anyway, those are my collectibles.
Nice.
We got any art today?
Found the other dude. Yes. Oh, but I also found the other guy, if anybody's interested.
Well, let's see. Let me get you a. Let's
This
do
is
it.
the other one that I won most recently. It's from Mech Noise Toys, Sergeant Combat, Black Ops. There's two sides to this dude. This is the artwork that gets put in the bag. Also limited, there's two sides to it. You can either get infantry or Black Ops. And I won the Black Ops soft final figure. But what I really love this dude is that they did him in the old school toy soldier color.
Yeah.
So
Lots of detail.
yeah, and what's really awesome, something that they
It looks
didn't
like he would have
mention-
been on the Toy Soldiers show. Maybe
Yeah.
not green, but
Yeah, and what was really cool is that something they didn't announce until after the drawing was done was that they included in this little black bag was an interchangeable head with a removable mask.
Oh wow.
And that pops back on there. And He also comes with the whole array of weaponry. Got a giant machete in there. It's got interchangeable hands to hold the different weapons. He's got a couple pistols. He's got some dog tags with the real metal chain, which I really dug. That was pretty awesome. And then he's got his, I believe this is an AR-15 or assault rifle, whatever you want to call it. So I'm really digging. I'm really happy that I got this guy. Like I said, I did the whole, I've seen the different colorways that they do of this mold, but this one stood out to me just because I really love that toy soldier color vibe to it. And the amount of details that they put into these guys is surreal. So I was really happy that I won that raffle as well. It's the back of it.
Oh, that's cool. The helicopter.
Yeah. So it's really awesome, man. I'm really loving these soft vinyl figures, and I'm feeling really lucky, very fortunate that I'm winning a lot of those lotteries. So yeah, those are my collectibles for the week.
That's awesome. Let me see. I got this Kyle Roberts Wolverine. We should have been doing this the whole time with the zoom ins on stuff, because we've been showing things in small frame too much. So that's a sketch that I got when I backed one of his Kickstarters for the Beyond Comics.
Oh, we reviewed those on a cave. Those were really good.
Exactly. Yeah. Yeah, I got that one, and I got the Phoenix that I showed off a couple weeks ago from Kyle Roberts. Maybe I might recycle through them now that we can get a better view on these things. We're figuring out how to use our technology a little bit better, or at least I am. Anybody else got any more art or anything?
Yeah. Oh, go for it, Isaac.
Let me get you a zoom. Let me see.
Got a Spider-Man from Michael O'Hare.
Oh, dope. Did you get that at the 24-hour Comic Fest?
No, I got it from Free Comic Book Day.
Okay.
And that's it.
That's all I got to say about that. Oh, let's get the zoom. Not both of you guys. Let me see.
Well, I got that, but I let him have it.
No, you didn't. This is Batman from Gabriel Hart. It's the artist that did the Fifth Beatle. What else did he do? He did a few things, but the Fifth Beatle is the most recognizable one, because I think that one, I believe that one won him an Eisner. So
that was Andrew Robinson that did the Fifth Beatle.
Oh, I'm sorry. Wait, who's Gabriel Hardin? He's Gabriel Hardman. He's done a few other things. Hold on. He did Batman.
Sounds like a gay porn actor. No offense.
Anyways.
Gabriel.
I'll do that one. And then I believe Isaac showed off his Chris Burnham 5-minute sketch a few weeks ago. And I found my Chris Burnham 5-minute sketch. He did this in 5 minutes.
Oh, nice.
Imagine what he could do with 10.
Right?
That's legit.
Yeah, so. Yeah, he even put on there.
Looks a little jockish.
In 5 minutes, right? Yeah. Dude, Chris Burnham's a beast, man. Batman Inc. What else has he done? I think he did Rocket.
Spaceman.
Spaceman. He's done a few things, man. Oh, what else did he did? Cosmonauts or something. He also he worked with Grant Morrison. He works with Grant Morrison quite a bit. Grant Morrison loves his style. That's very visceral, very
like Frank Quietly.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah, so, but yeah, that's what I got for this week. I got some more fire I'm pulling out, but I'll save it for weeks to come. And now Liz is going to show us the
The Sistine
Original co-
Chapel.
Original
I don't
cover.
I
Original
don't
cover to the
have
Lord of
that,
the
like,
Rings.
stuff.
Oh, she's gonna bring out her Starry Night.
I don't have that stuff anymore. I have because I'm a cat person and a bunch of friends of mine know that. So I've got a cute one by
Bob Ross picture of Grumpy Cat. With happy trees in the background.
Hey, you didn't make
No,
one
this
big.
is-
I thought that was on loan
it's,
at the
and it's
Louvre.
my favorite color. Well, it's Josh's favorite color, though. But it's a fun little cat one that my friend did for me when I was back in the horror publishing. So
I see what they did there.
it's a cute little.
Oh, I didn't
I have a
spotlight
green.
you.
I think I have a yellow one
Hold on,
too
Liz,
because
let
our
me
wedding
spotlight
colors are
you.
because our colors are yellow and purple. So I have a yellow one that looks kind of like this too. But we're getting down to the nitty gritty of things and stuff. Finding out a bunch of weird stuff as I'm going through. Oh, you know what I need? I gotta find my Clive Barker plays that I have.
Hold
I gotta
on,
find
say it off one more time, Liz.
Wait, I gotta hold it up one more time. I just throw it up
Hold
there.
on.
My director here, our directors.
It's a little kitty cat. Because you know me and cats.
Wrong person, Bo. You have it's
Really?
spotlight.
On my screen, it shows him.
Jeez Louise.
Hold on. Let me remove everybody. Let me remove everybody. This isn't as easy as you think. Spotlight. Remove. No, it's got Isaac. Oh no, it shows me with her on it.
Now she's there.
Okay.
I gotta find my skeleton. I have others. I have a friend, Misty, who did a bunch of skeleton ones for me, but they're full on. They're not just the skull dudes, they're full on skeleton bodies. I gotta find the series that she did for me.
Nice.
But yeah, there you go. Yeah, throw it up there.
Man, I think we had peaked up to like 14 watchers. We hit our all-time high and we were all fighting with each other. We have to find a way to do that without hating each other. You guys, I was gonna say you want to spin the wheel, but didn't we say we're gonna do that at 11 o'clock from now on?
Really?
Oh yeah.
We're gonna be
Did
stuck,
we
huh?
bring up that digital thing that was that you that sent that out, Nate?
Yeah, let me I've got that queued up. That's where it's a great segue, Miss Liz.
You're welcome.
Boom, boom, boom.
Sorry, I didn't hear what you said. What did you bring up? Oh, the demons.
You said that link about the digital comicsology, Scott
I didn't
Snyder.
even know Comixology was owned by Amazon.
Yeah, they are now. They weren't originally.
What
But
doesn't
Amazon's
Amazon
like, "You know
own?
what? You're doing a good job over there. I like what you're selling. I'm gonna buy it.
They killed the bookstores. They're getting ready to kill the comic shops.
I don't know about that because they've been doing digital series for a really long time now. For the last 3 years now? 2 years? 3 years?
Yeah.
Original content even, and then they go and they put it into print, either in individual issues or they do them as graphic novels, so you can still get it in print. This is just the first time I think that they've done it with like some big name writers and artists, because like Injustice was originally a web series, like an internet series, and
$5.99 a month.
Gotham City Garage was DC's been doing it the most. They have like a Wonder Woman one that they did, and now that's like 11 issues, and they're putting it into a graphic novel now in a couple of weeks. What else did they? Bombshells was originally digital.
Batman Adventures.
Yeah.
Check this out. It's a tumultuous time in comics, says Snyder. I think a lot of big companies are cutting rates and becoming more corporate. But because all these companies, networks, and streaming services are so desperate for content, there is more demand for good storytelling than ever before. You have more agency. Amazon retains no rights to the comics under Snyder's deal,
Yeah.
meaning he and his
I
artist
thought that
have
was
control when it comes to
I thought
film,
that
TV,
was-
and merchandise.
Damn, that's
that was
good.
that was interesting. When I read that, I was just like, because I was like, oh shit, Amazon has it. That means when they do this, then even though Dark Horse is going to be publishing the print versions of all of these, it was like, oh well, okay, they're going to lose out because now Amazon's just going to do all the movies. This is just his way of like releasing a bunch of movie things. But no, when he says that they get first option, they get first rights to look at it, they don't have to go with them. They
There was a
don't have
period
to-
during which we were making the books that they can look at them before we go out with them. That's cool. I think that's a good deal
That's a
for
great-
Yeah.
That's a great incentive for a lot of people.
Smart with that. He
I
was
didn't know
real smart with
Reborn
that.
would develop into a Netflix movie.
like Witches or something. I would like to see something come with Witches. That was a good property.
That was.
It's a great property.
There's a lot of
He's got Scott Snyder's got a lot of stuff that could be made, like Severed.
Oh, dude, I read that like a couple weeks ago, Severed, because it
How great
it was
was
at the, it was like
that?
in a bargain bin, trade paperback bargain bin somewhere, and I was like, Scott Snyder, what the hell? So I picked that up. Oh, so good.
Here's some of the books. Barnstormers.
That is a TV show though.
Severed.
Book of Evil.
I enjoyed how the Wake started.
Yeah,
Ooh,
same.
Snyder and Dan Panosian, Canary.
Dan Panosian. Dang.
That one. He loved Panozzi.
Looks dope. Let's see. Clear. Francis Manipal.
Oh yeah,
Dang.
Flash. I love his work.
Duck and Cover.
Yeah, he's
Raphael
Raphael
Albuquerque.
Albuquerque.
Oh, snaps.
Woo.
Barnes.
Dude, he's got a who's who on this project with him.
Dudley Dotson and the Forever
He
Machine.
does.
And who's that?
Juan Castro.
Jamal Eagle? Woo.
Jamal Eagle. Ooh.
Dang.
I'm looking forward to Barnes.
Hey, that's dope. I've got a great Jamal Eagle Phoenix sketch.
Oh, that's gotta be Francesco.
Oh, Night of the Ghoul.
Oh my god.
Oh, these guys are swinging.
Francesco Francavilla, man. Dang.
Jungle
Dude.
Cruise with The Rock.
Oh god.
My bad. My
No,
bad. my
dude. Don't be the we're waiting on Black Adam, bro.
bad. Jungle Cruise with Black Adam himself.
Yay!
It's a crossover.
We have demons.
Who's
That's
that
the one
with?
Capullo.
Ray Capullo. Oh,
Dang.
I think that's gonna be the flagship one that they released first.
But everything else that's coming is gonna be fired, man. This Francesco Francavilla doing the interiors, man. I've missed him on a lot of that stuff. He did he's done a lot of the variant covers, and he's done a lot of work with Mondo posters recently, but I've been missing him on interiors.
that's dope.
Dude, I couldn't agree more. He's one of those ones that's just so good. And
Yeah. After
sometimes they go to waste just doing variants, you know?
Raphael Albuquerque. That can cover. He's
Raphael too, man.
He did the art for American Vampire. which was
Has
also-
Jock done any interiors, or has he been sticking to variants?
I think mostly variants. I haven't seen him do interiors.
since Batman.
Yeah, I was
Yeah.
gonna say.
Or maybe
That's a minute.
Did he do some Dread?
Which one?
Did he?
Did he do some
He
Dread after?
may have done a little Dread, yeah. That sounds familiar.
Yeah.
I was gonna say his Green Arrow, but that was before Batman, right?
Yeah, that was Green Arrow year 1.
Yeah,
That was a while back.
that one's so beautiful.
That was during 0 year.
Oh yeah, wow. Take me back.
Dear man, if I ever meet that guy again and I can get something from him, man, I would love to get a Spawn. Spawn from
Ooh,
Jock.
that'd be good. Hell yeah.
Spawn, man. You know who I'd be curious about seeing too? Has he done a rendition of Spawn? Has Frank Miller done a Spawn?
I think maybe in one of the early issues, like as their little posters they used to do on the inside.
Oh wait, they did. It was Spawn and Batman. Duh.
You dumb son of a.
Todd McFarlane. I forgot about that.
All right. This next video I'm gonna preview for you guys has 10,908,227 views. This is
Wait,
something
Frank
Lego
Miller
shared with us.
Wrote
Go ahead.
issue 11 of Spawn.
That's a couple after Angela. So Lego shared with us this Dune trailer.
Is that Zendaya?
There's Mary Jane.
Yeah, it is.
Dude, I love her.
I saw that and I was like, wait, what? So she's gonna be the love interest, I guess.
All right, you got me hooked.
It's Top Gun.
It looks pretty damn action packed.
Is that Jason
I was
Momoa?
surprised.
Jason Momoa, freaking David Bautista, Zendaya, this little skinny nerd, whoever he is.
From Star Wars. Poe
You mean
Dameron.
from-
Oscar Isaac, right?
Yeah, there we go.
Yeah, even Miles
Yeah,
is
I
excited.
think he's Leto, right?
There's the worm. I can't keep it playing too much in one spot because we'll get hit. But I think that my favorite part of the OG Doom movies when they had those weapons where they were like talking to them and they took their voices and made that into a weapon.
Oh yeah. Those are
Like,
cool.
cha! Like sneeze and shoot fire.
I'm really curious to see what this flick is because it kind of looks like it's just going to be an action sort of flick, which I don't necessarily feel like the Dune novels were. But I don't know. It might not be. It might have a little bit more meat to it.
Just wish we would have seen that. that Holy Mountain version.
Me too.
Jodorowsky.
Oh, Hodorovsky version, man.
Dude, that might be my next suggestion on the wheel. The
Hodorovsky's
documentary, Hodorowski's Dune. It's actually how I was introduced to Hodorowski's work, but it basically just details how he was working with like Chris O'Bannon, Moebius, like H.R. Geiger.
Puffin stuff.
He was working with all these people trying to get this Dune movie made, and it fell apart. But seeing like some of the like cool like sketches and the props they were building, and the way he talks about Dune and how he was assembling the team to be like this spiritual war group, it just sounds so intense, and I would have loved to see what actually came of it. After the movie fell through, I mean, everybody who was involved went on to just make phenomenal work. So that documentary might go on next.
I don't think we've gotten a documentary.
He's tried.
Well, if we're talking about documentaries, man, you can't leave out This Is Spinal Tap.
Yes.
Rob Reiner.
We only have 3 people watching.
Now the writer
You want
of
to spin the wheel?
Princess Bride and the director of The Princess Bride also wrote and directed Misery. The hell?
Hey, Nate, just a heads up, you still have Liz and Josh pinned.
I don't know what your view is, Jose.
Yeah, I think it's on your end.
That's how it is on my end too. on both my ends.
It's not what I'm seeing on.
That's not what I'm seeing on the
On
YouTube.
actual, like on the actual channel.
Oh, okay, cool.
All of us.
Gotcha.
Right, spin the wheel.
Yeah.
Let's do it. And spin the wheel. Okay, let's go through these. We got some really great movies on here, starting with White Chicks. Role Models.
That made the wheel?
Yeah, nobody listens to me. White Chicks, Role Models.
That's
Bad
because I
Santa.
hadn't seen it.
Yeah, it's like it's reverse blackface. Bad Santa, Joyride. Don't be a menace in South Central while drinking your juice in the hood. Warriors. If I have to pay to see some of these movies, I'm fucking gonna die. The Big Lebowski, Mask of the Phantasm, Soylent Green, Blood In, Blood Out, Big Hit, Not Another Teen Movie, Office Space, Small Soldiers, Baby Boy, Juice.
All right. Which one do I get to host?
Let's see. Will of Morality. Turn.
Gonna be White Chicks.
Role Models.
Oh, nice.
I don't even know what that is, so I get to see a movie.
Tennessee.
Just know that you Ben Affleck.
Yeah,
Josh
just a
is
heads
Ben
up.
Affleck.
Next week we're gonna be actually in Tennessee, so we'll be filming it out of state.
I'll be in
Probably have
India.
better Wi-Fi. What?
I'll be in Indio.
Yeah,
So
we'll be in.
maybe
we'll
I'll
be in
have Latino
Lebanon.
community internet too.
We'll be in Lebanon, Tennessee, and we'll actually probably
Okay,
have
all
better
I know.
internet than we do right now.
All right. So thanks for tuning in, everybody. And before you go, if you haven't yet, please smash that like button. And if you like what we're doing, share it, tell a friend. And if you haven't had a chance, check out the new Collectibles Corner from Comic Cave and check out our most recent anniversary special for Late to the Party. If you haven't watched Late to the Party yet, it's a good intro to our show, and it's full of highlights from our year of reviewing movies. Anything anybody else got to add to our wonderful show today?
Spay your pets.
All right, everybody. Thanks for tuning in to Late to the Party. We will see you next Monday at 9:30 p.m. Pacific time.
Night, night.
All right, everyone.